G-Dub's got what you need.
Spiking bits.
Obviously, singing isn't our strongest point here, but talking about new products seems to be one of the things we're good at. So G-Dub's got the new Nightvault this week, and here's what you can buy next. All sorts of new and exciting accessories here. So 2 sets of the new sleeves. We saw these come out previously from Games Workshop when Shadespire, Warhammer Underworlds Shadespire came out last October. And now, of course, we've got the dice offerings as well and a new pack of magical dice. So say you don't get the starter and you want those magic dice, well, hey, you can pick them up. Or, of course, they are a little bit more alternate. But if you have a game store that's actually playing or doing the launch this weekend, you can probably score you a set of these sweet translucent ones that they sent out to stores to kind of celebrate the launch if they bought a bunch of copies of this. So check with your local game store if they're having an event. You might not have to buy these right off the bat, but for the rest of us, you know, you might have to order these off the site or something like that. All the sleeves, again, are $8. The sets of dice here, the magic dice, well, the magic dice are $8. The Nighthaunt dice and the new Stormcast dice are $10 each. They look fresh. We're gonna roll them. We're gonna see how they roll here. They've got a deck box that's coming out this week, kind of a new offering. We saw this where they were doing one in the organized play kit last year, but now you've got one that you can just buy straight up with the logo. I'm sure that there might be another one coming out, but this is just the generic logo one. For the first time, we got a play mat. If you played this game, the Shadespire version of this game, you know kind of how much space you're going to take up, so this might definitely help out a little bit. And brand new Arcane hazards, kind of along the same thread as the endless spells for Age of Sigmar, but now we've got these that represent the blocked and the dangerous squares or hexes here on the map. So this kit right here, I believe, is the same as endless spells at $35, and the playmat is $20. Let's dig into these and see if they're worth your hobby dollars. So nothing too incredibly new with these sleeves. However, if you're just getting into Warhammer Underworlds and you want to check these out, they come with 35 sleeves in here, and this is kind of how they're divided out. They're pretty good quality as far as, you know, what you see from like other companies. I know Dragon Shield matte is all the rage right now for the Magic card community, but these are nice. They are a very nice matte. You can tell Games Workshop definitely consulted with somebody to get it right. You've got these right here, and you got your objectives, and 3 clear ones for what's going to be your heroes in here. So they're going to give you enough clear ones to actually sleeve up your heroes. And you're probably like, wait, what? Why do I need to sleeve up my heroes and clear ones? Because, well, you can't see it on this, but the heroes are double-sided. Remember, you got to inspire. So there is that. Now, they're pretty tight as far as there isn't a whole lot of like border on the side or anything like that. I know a lot of people like that perfect fit or that tight fit kind of type sleeve, and these are pretty close there. There's definitely a really nice tight fit in there, but the only problem is that if you bust any of these sleeves, you're gonna have to buy a new pack. Not that that's like incredibly out of the realm of, you know, possibility when it comes to sleeves, because just like with other card games, if you bust a sleeve, you have to buy a new pack, but sometimes they come in packs of 100. So you kind of got like some weighing to do here. Do you pick up, you know, a deck of gold sleeves, a deck of silver sleeves, and a deck of clear sleeves, and then just use them for all your stuff and all your different decks? Or do you go with this and, hey, maybe I split a sleeve and I have to buy a new one? That decision is up to you, but these seem like a pretty good quality, and I've been using them for the last year, and I haven't split a sleeve yet. So fingers crossed, they seem to hold up well. Of course, like I said, both of these packs of sleeves are $8, just like we saw in the past. So we're going to slide those out of the way. And of course, you got the Thorns of the Briar Queen. You get more sleeves in here because there's more characters in here. Remember, there's only 3 in the Stormcast. Next up are the dice sets, and I've already opened up the Stormcast ones. Here's the Thorns, the Briar Queen, and the Magic Dice Pack, because now we can cast spells. We can shoot magic missiles into the Nightvault darkness. So these, for the most part, seem pretty good. You got your defense dice and your 5 offensive dice right here, and they seem to roll pretty well. They're nice. They're nice and hefty, and you can tell they're almost that semi-transparent or semi-translucent, but they're not quite 100% clear like we saw. Well, this is more of a frosted. So we got these here that they're giving away at the events that are frosted, and these are like a semi-transparent, not the full transparent. We saw with our Night Haunts unboxing of the dice that they actually hadn't, the resin hadn't 100% cured yet, but these, in this regard, this is the first time we've seen this translucent kind of look for all the sets, which you can see right here as well. I'm kind of liking it. Like, I feel like this is a good, nice middle of the road. It's translucent enough. You can tell there's no air bubbles in there to mess up your rolls. Actually, there's an air bubble right there. So you know this die right here, don't roll this die. It's got a little air. You can see it right there in the camera. See? That has an air bubble in it. So be careful. Check out your dice. Make sure that they're not rolling too out of whack for you, because sometimes you can literally blame it on the dice. Next up, we have the new dashboard mat for Nightvault. This is where you can lay out. It's a, you know, a neoprene mat. You're going to be able to lay this out. I'm actually not sure how thick it is. Let's take a look here at exactly how thick it is. It looks to be a slightly thicker. Nope, the mat itself is about 2 mil thick, but it's got the stitching on the side here that makes it look a little bit thicker, but I'm pretty sure that's about 2 mils. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm close to right. So this is of a decent size. I didn't realize it was going to be this big. Let's zoom out the camera a little bit and break it down. So I'm really digging this. I just hope it lays flat. Now, obviously, we don't have time to figure out if it's going to lay flat, but I'm hoping it lays flat at least. So it's about 12 and 3/4 of an inch long by about 10 and a half inches tall. Kind of an interesting, really random, yet interesting size for this. I guess it's, let's see. Let's compare it to the, so it goes into, I guess you could kind of put your mats inside of it so they're protected or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that, but moving on, you can definitely put your stacks of cards on here. Of course, I will be sleeving all of my cards because I know how my fat little fingers sometimes like to just randomly, I can't contain my hobby strength and I just, no, not really. Usually it's just for a matter of protection in general. So you got your discard piles and things over here for your objectives, and your now newly called Gambit cards, which contain all your ploys and upgrades and magic cards and ploys, upgrades, magic cards are all Gambit. Yep, that's it. It's so many new mechanics to keep track of. Over here, you can kind of keep your glory counters or anything like that, and then when you spend them, there's like the shaded side right here. So you spend glory for upgrades, then you just flip it right here, and they kind of all stay in the same spot. Turn tracker, and then whose action is what right there. So it's probably pretty easy to keep track of things right here as well. I'm not sure about the mat. It's kind of blown up. I'm not sure about it. I like the layout. I would like, I might just leave this out and report back on the video tomorrow when we get it all, a day's worth of stuff here, and I'll let you guys know how it turns out. Oh, and I guess while I got you here, this particular product is $20 for this dashboard mat. Now, we've also got the Nightvault deck box, which I figured since I got cards out here, let's take a look. Let's make sure sleeves fit in here, because that would be good to know. Yep, sleeves fit in there too, so that's good to know. And this bad boy right here is $8 US as well. Now, coming up on potentially the coolest product of this release, the Arcane Hazards box for $35. You can see here where the models you get, they're all, of course, the push fit. Designed in the UK, but manufactured in China. Once again, we're seeing a lot of stuff coming out of China, going to the UK. I don't know whether it comes already boxed. I don't know how it all works. All I know is it's made in China. It is getting consistently better in quality, but again, China. Not that that's like super out of the ordinary these days, as I imagine most of our things that we buy are made overseas for the most part. Regardless, so you can see here all the pieces you're going to get. Now, some have a specific use, like the lethal hexes right here. Like there's chasm tokens. I guess you could use that fire as whatever it goes right there. But then you've also got just blocked hex kind of things right here as well. So it's really interesting that they didn't lock anything into a specific hex. Like oh, this is this shape and it can only go here. You've got a 2 hex, a 2 hex, a 1 hex, a 1 hex, a 1 hex. And we haven't really seen anything bigger than that, or that you couldn't make, even if there was something bigger than that, which there may have been a 3 hex one in Shadespire. I don't recall correctly, but you can make that with like this next to this or something like that. So what's kind of cool is, I mean, I would assume you want to stick to using lethal hex stuff like chasms and things. Oh, and it's that spooky Nightvault plastic as well. That's really cool. So here's the assembly instructions. As you would imagine, it seems to go together pretty easily. These little pyramids, little mini black pyramids, go onto the thing right underneath it, and you got the little throne that goes together with a weird shaped back. Why is that pointy? I don't get why that's pointy, but where's the pointy thing? I guess it is. I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. And then this piece right here, you really don't have to assemble. You just snap it out and put it down on there. Now, we've talked about, you know, the Chinese kind of cast type stuff here, but you can see there's really good detail on these skulls and such. And once you kind of look, like, there's big chunky chains, sure, but you've got really nice Sigmarite kind of writing down into here as well. So I mean, overall, there's a little bit of lack of detail in some places, and there's detail in others that seem to make up for it. So I guess it just kind of depends on what you're trying to get out of this as far as that goes. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, doesn't seem too bad. It's not blocky, it's not chunky, it doesn't look misrepresented on the box or anything like that. Even these little tendrils coming up out of the chasm look pretty good. And as you can imagine, it's definitely relatively easy to get this stuff off of here. So you just want to make sure you grab your flush cutters and cut them flush to the part, especially on these little parts right here, like these little smoke and things. You want to make sure you get a good cut so you don't pop that off. But this is the bigger, kind of chunkier stuff, so in theory you won't really mess it up that much if you miscut. But why take chances with a $35 box kit? Just get in there and trim it off as best you can right there. So $35 for this, very similar to the Endless Spells. So far I'm liking this. I kind of hope they go back and do Shadespire ones and offer that if the people want to play, you know, folks. I'm not sure what the tournament kind of side of things is going to require you to play. I think it's just that you have one of these, whoop, I can't go that way, that you have one of these mats or one playboard per person, and in theory could be from any of the sets right there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking they'll do, although I'm not exactly sure quite yet. We haven't seen like a official tournament rules update or anything like that quite yet. So there's the Arcane Hazard set, along with all of the other great products that came out this week for Nightvault. So lots and lots of things to buy next for your Warhammer Underworld needs right there. And hopefully we'll see some more war bands very shortly. So if you like these type of unboxings and reviews, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.
Spiking bits.